Hey, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Adrian here. Welcome to episode 9. So, tell me, what kind of relationship do you have with sugar? Are you madly in love, or do you have a sneaking suspicion that something isn't right? Are you on a permanent twirly-whirly sugar high, or have you crashed and burned? Well, I don't want to be a buzzkill, but sugar really isn't that good for the gut. Now, let's pick that apart a little bit. How does sugar affect gut flora, for example? I'm talking about the little organisms, the bacteria, the yeasts and parasites that we have naturally in our gut. There's always a mixture of good ones and bad ones. Now, sugar, unfortunately, provides an all-you-can-eat buffet for the bad bacteria, yeast and parasites in our gut. These nasty ones are normally kept in check by other friendly bacteria, but they grow like crazy and get out of control after feeding on the continual banquet of sugar that is our typical modern diet. You see, the problem is we've evolved over millions of years to function cooperatively with these little bacteria. We actually need them to help digest food, make nutrients, fight off illness. But if we throw a ton of sugar into the mix, day after day after day, we are asking those friendly bacteria to cope with something that they're not used to. And the result is that they die back. And other, less helpful bacteria swiftly move into the gap created. So ask yourself, do you really want to be a walking bag of horrible bad bacteria and yeasts? I don't. So what happens next? These harmful bacteria, once they get going, they cause problems with our gut, of course, leading to issues like excessive gas, bloating, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome. They mess about with our immune system, leading to infections all around the body and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or psoriasis. They mess up our energy levels, making us feel sluggish and weak. And of course, they screw up our weight control, making those stubborn pounds even harder to shed, or making us continually gain more and more weight, or the other side of the coin, keeping us underweight and unable to gain muscle. And unfortunately, these nasty little bacteria also screw up our mental health, causing or worsening issues like moodiness, brain fog, anxiety, depression, autism. Let's look at specifically sugar and weight gain now. Let's be clear, sugar doesn't make us fat all on its own. That's a myth. Gaining weight only happens if we consistently eat more calories than we burn off, but it's never as simple as that. Sugary stuff delivers lots of calories without filling us up. So it delivers raw fuel, but without the good stuff, without the real nutrients that we need. It messes up important hormones like insulin, and it screws up our normal appetite instincts, leading us to consume more calories than we actually need. How much exercise you do, of course, is important. So if we generally eat lots of sugar, it's less of a problem if we're doing plenty of exercise, and it's more of a problem if we're spending hours sitting on our butt, which is a lot of us in this day and age, right? So the weird thing about sugar is that we get cravings, don't we? I think we've all felt this. The more sugar we eat, the more cravings we have for yet more sugar. And this is one of the things that makes it so dangerous. Why is this? Here are some of the theories that I've seen. Sugar is, some studies say, even more addictive than cocaine. Also, sugar, as I mentioned, sends our insulin levels on a roller coaster ride. And when it hits the bottom, we're driven to find more sugar. Another theory that I've seen for causing cravings is that the harmful flora, that's the bacteria, yeast, and other microbes that I mentioned a moment ago, when they consume all the sugar that we've eaten, there's none left for us, so our body sends signals to eat yet more, which keeps the cycle going. Another slightly crazy theory that I've seen, but might be true, is that the harmful bacteria manipulates our biochemical pathways, making us think and feel that we need more sugar. Now, this is not as crazy as it sounds at first, as scientists are uncovering more evidence all the time of the gut-brain connection. In any case, it's these cravings that make us line up for yet another McFlurry, Cinnabon, Dunkin' Donut. And it doesn't help that we've been bombarded by advertising for sugary foods all our lives, right from when we were babies, kids, all the way up to adults. Now, I don't believe that we're weak or bad for giving in to sugar cravings. Don't beat yourself up about it. That just leads to self-loathing and a feeling that only another sugary snack or drink will make you feel better. Instead, decide it's going to be different from now on and focus on how much better you're going to feel when you start to lower your sugar intake. So, is sugar just harmless happiness, or is it really an evil gut wrecker? Well, I think when you take into account the damaging effects of sugar on our gut and overall health, and that it's added to so many foods by manufacturers, and that it's addictive, and that we're constantly reminded about sugary treats, whether it's Coca-Cola advertising or Starbucks outlets on every corner, it's so hard to escape. Bearing this in mind, sugar is not just a harmless indulgence. It's something actively dangerous for us. If we don't keep a careful eye on our sugar intake, we're not doing our best for our body and mind. So, what's next? Now that we're clear on the effects of sugar on our gut flora and our body, what can we do about it? A few questions spring to mind. Are some kinds of sugar better than others? How much sugar is okay? Should I go for sugar-free products that use artificial sweeteners instead? How can I cut back on sugar without dying of cravings? I'll be answering those questions and more in our next session. I'll also be setting out a plan that you can work through step by step to cut back on sugar, which I'm calling 6 steps to shake off sugar. To round off this episode, I promised to give away a £20 Amazon voucher to one new subscriber to my YouTube channel, and the winner is Rachel Houghton. Rachel, you're our Gut Geek of the Week. Congratulations. Now this week, I'm going to switch it up a little bit and give a £20 Amazon voucher to one new subscriber to my email list. You can sign up in the box straight underneath this post, doop, 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 or over on the right hand side. I'll pick one subscriber at random and announce the winner in the next episode. That's it for now. I'd love to hear what you think of this post. So if you have crazy cravings or you find the whole sugar thing easy peasy, let me know in the comments underneath. I do respond to all comments and messages. Okay. Bye!